Hello everyone, I'm your host Hamas28 and welcome back to Cryogenic Simulation. Now let's head to the what portal is this? It might actually say in the book. If we go Portal Hub, if we go Contained Ecosystems, nope, that's the other one. Oh, we're going to the Lunar Plane, a starlight basque world touched by the gods. In this simulation, you will learn that technology does not exist without the help from our gods. And we got this neat little trophy for beating contained ecosystems. So we're going to put that down right here. Oh, pretty cool. I wonder, we could technically build in this area, right? Technically. So we can probably leave all of our trophies here. So let me actually move this over here to this one. And get going to the new simulation. It's dark in here. It was dark when we arrived, too. I wonder if it's perpetually dark. What is that? You're seeing that, right? What the? What is that guy? Are you hostile, or are you friendly? Hello, sir. Huh, interesting. Okay, he's a little territorial. As long as I don't get near him, he won't mess with us. What is this up here? Looks like a little house. Someone live here? Astral sorcery. Interesting. Do I break in, or is it like... I hear people inside. Ooh, a temple over there. Thingamabob over there. What is this? Ineffable glass. Monster spawner. Evoker. Oh, I'm getting rid of that. That's for sure. I hate evokers. Interesting. So it's a dark, forested land. Should probably read the quest book to figure out what we're doing here. The goal of the second simulation is to get the blessing of the gods to produce machines. We as a people never did manage to create advanced technology without a little push from the gods. Worship the old gods and the gods among the stars, and they will reward you with the gift of technology. The portal stone can only be acquired after attending ores from the void. Number 8, cosmic divination. Interesting. Oh, end of dimension tips. Alright, so I finished reading through some of the other stuff. Let's take a look at Chapter 1. Primitive Power. You've grown so much in a short amount of time. We were impressed by your performance in the first simulation. Your next task is to create a primitive power system that will power a squeezer. So we're going to need copper, LV wire, iron. You can use the steel you've manufactured to create a kinetic dynamo. You can attach a water wheel or a windmill to the dynamo to create kinetic power. Gotcha. Standard stuff. Oh, and I think these are the blood ravens. These little guys. Now we do need to harvest their feathers. Hi there. Okay, they don't fight back. That'll make it very easy. And they're quite loud, so they're hard to find. I mean, easy to find. The exact opposite. Now, let's see. So... Oh, I did have the food. I was going to say, I wonder, should I bring over all of our items from the first simulation into this simulation, or should we just walk back and forth between them? And now that I say that, where is the portal? It was somewhere in that direction, right? I should probably leave a waypoint. Oh, and there we go. So, we do have a mini-map. It was just disabled by default for some reason. Oh, there's glass on this side, so we can see the evoker. Looks like there's more than one, and there's some loot in there that I would like to get. So let's just break this guy. Oh, so there were two in there. So let's just break this one. And then let's just kill the evoker so we can get their stuff. Let's see, he might be able... He's a lone evoker. They're dangerous because they have numbers, generally. What they don't teach you in hematology class. When did I get that book? Oh, okay, he summoned them very fast. I hate Vexes, they're so annoying. Oh, this troll is not happy. We do need to slay them though, from what I've seen. They drop items we can use. Okay, they hit pretty hard, but I got iron armor. They're annoying because they regen, but they don't regen that fast, so they're actually not that difficult to take down. Now let's see what kind of loot we get out of this little dungeon here. Looks like there's not much else in here. A mini chest with 13 emeralds. Steel and other stuff. I'm gonna take this. I don't have an axe. Huh. And a cauldron with blood and a magma block. Interesting. Did I leave my axe at home? Well, that's a little annoying. Yeah. Oh, there's another troll over here. Why is this one so aggressive? The first one we saw wasn't aggressive like at all. Yeah, quite weird. Okay, so I'm gonna locate the portal, leave a waypoint, and I think I can craft our steel into some steel tools. And then we'll come back in here and do some exploring. See what we can find. I've figured out how to upgrade the backpack. Actually, it wasn't that difficult. We just need treated wood, which I should have. Why doesn't not find it? There we go. Treated wood. This guy. Now we can actually make the backpack upgrade. To what is this? Now it's wooden tier. Let me see. Cool. Adds another slot. And then we should be able to get it all the way up to gold, as these just take gold plates. That should make exploring in the next simulation a lot easier. Alright, so now I'm all set. Bigger backpack, better tools. Let's go searching. Now apparently there are dungeons in this simulation that should provide us with some pretty good loot. And the caves are pretty nice. So I wonder what we're gonna find. Alright, so if you play the pack yourself, you know that this structure is in the main menu. So I wonder if this is the dungeon. It does lead downwards, so I'm guessing this is the entrance to the dungeon. Let's go upstairs and see if it has any chests or something up here. Doesn't look like it, at least not yet. Just a winding staircase that goes all the way to the top. But it never hurts to check, and it is empty. So the portal's over there, there's that thingy. There's some marble structures. But other than that, there's not much. Now I think those are more of those Vex little alcoves, so I'll check those out. But, for now, let's craft a little bit of torches. Okay, this is definitely the dungeon. I recognize this mod. Well, not the mod, exactly. I recognize the generation. Yep, lots of spawners, but there's probably lots of loot in here, too. Food and torches. Okay, so there must be better loot, and that looks like an ogre or a troll. Yeah, that's a troll. Ooh, here we go. Aquamarine. Let's see, there's one of the spawners. Another chest over there. Why engage with the structure when you could just mine everything around it? So far the loot isn't amazing, but as we go deeper and deeper, there are more rooms, so maybe the loot gets better too. Yeah, there are definitely trolls in here. And little zombies. The loot doesn't seem to be getting any better though. Huh. I wonder what these pressure plates do. They do that. Okay, that could have been bad. I mean, you don't lose your items though. On death? Ooh, copper plate. Illumination powder. Okay, so it does look like the drops are getting a little bit better as we go down. Deeper into the depths. Oh! It was a trap chest. It wasn't a creeper. Okay, that one was a creeper. A charged creeper at that. Well, at least we don't lose anything. And the loot did seem to get better as we went deeper into the dungeon. But if this is the level of loot, like compressed cobblestone and a furnace, well, doesn't really seem super pertinent that we explore those too deeply. Alright, now that we're situated with a little base, what were we supposed to be doing here again? I already forgot. Alright, that's what we're doing. We need to make primitive power to power a squeezer. Huh, do you see that? I think that's a beacon over there. Oh no, that's my death. Never mind. I was like, oh, is that a beacon? Is there a free beacon? No, that's my death waypoint. Silly me. Now, looking at the quest book, it's not showing any copper in this dimension. So I think I still have to go back to the other dimension just to get more copper. But luckily we did get a couple of these plates that we can use to make into wire. But we're going to need a lot more wire to make this. Actually, no, we only need 4, right? Yeah, we just need 4. And then I need treated sticks, which I don't have. They're in the other dimension. Huh. Storming in here. So let's see. We can craft ourselves wire coil. Then we can use that to make copper coil block. Use the copper coil block. The turntable. To make a kinetic dynamo, we'll take some steel plates, which I should just have to melt down steel. 1, 2, 3. I need to move this stuff. Now, I did look at the quest book in between episodes and actually read it, and it said we can build, where is it? Ah, here it is. We can build in the portal hub dimension, we just have to keep the area directly above the portal hub clear, so we can build like to the left of it. So I think I should just move like all of this stuff to the portal hub so we don't have to jump into this dimension just to access like this kind of thing. So now the steel is melted, so we can move the steel to the bottom. We need steel plate. Now we can use these steel plates in conjunction with the copper coil block to make ourselves one kinetic dynamo. And then with the kinetic dynamo, let's go with a... I think the water wheel is easier to produce, mostly because with the windmill you have to attach like sails to it, I believe. So we're going to need a bunch of treated wood, which I should have right here. 1 stick, and that's it. We're going to have to make some more, because we need to make a water wheel. That's a furnace. Water wheel will take 4 of these, so I need more of these sticks. And make 1 big water wheel. So now we have power. And then to connect these, we're going to have to... Right, we're going to have to make the alloy kiln. That way we can make the charred terracotta, combine that with the lead, to make the LV wire connectors. Pretty cheap recipe. Then how do I get the alloy kiln? Alloy kiln is just sandstone and brick. Okay, so that's really easy. Oh, gotcha. So that's why we need the blood raven feathers. We're going to put them in the blast furnace to make feather piles. So I left those in the other dimension. We have 5 right here, so I can do these ones for now. Definitely going to need some more coal coke. Yeah, I think it makes more sense if we just move everything into the portal hub for now, because that would be the easiest way to access everything. In the meantime, I should be able to make the alloy kiln. How do I craft this? Oh, it's called a kiln brick. We just need some bricks, which I'm hoping are just made from clay. And I have to cast them, because of course you do. Let's see, so this is a 2x2x2, so we need 8. You get 2. I have to do this 4 times, so I just need 8 bricks. Okay, that's not too bad. So now we can take our bricks, make kiln brick. Oh, that's sandstone. I have sandstone. There we go. Kiln brick. Where's my engineer's hammer? And I'll put it in here for now. I'll probably just move everything in between episodes, so you don't have to sit here and watch me do it live. Okay, so now we have that. So now we can take our charred feather piles, and we need to combine this in the alloy kiln with the seared brick to make charred terracotta. And to make the seared brick, I need seared stone, and I need my hammer. And I figured out you don't have to do this one at a time. There is Ultimine. So now we can take this seared brick, mix it with the charred feathers, and add some fuel. And now we can produce some charred terracotta. Then we just need lead. I don't think I have much lead though, now that I think about it. Yeah, because I didn't harvest any lead. Yeah, more tin. But I believe we find lead in this dimension. So let's head back to contained ecosystems, raw resources, minerals and ores. Lead. It is found here, just very low. Silver and lead share the veins. So where I see silver, I get lead. So I should probably go get a bunch of that. But now we can make our charred terracotta. And we just have to combine it with the lead. And then we can power our machines. Because I believe next after this, it's going to be the squeezer. And it is. It's the multi-block squeezer. So it's going to take a little bit of work, but we just need a little bit of stuff. And there we go. Melting down the lead. Now that I figured out how to ultimine, mining actually goes really easily. Especially with how big the veins are. Like, how much iron did I get? 55. Oh, a stack in 55. The iron veins are also massive, which is really nice. So now that we have the lead, we can take our lead and combine it with our charred terracotta. And why doesn't that work? What am I doing wrong? Ah, there we go. Huh, very interesting. It has to be on the bottom. There we go. 32 LV wire connector should be good. What about the relays? How do we craft those? LV wire relay is made from wire connectors, regular terracotta, and copper ingots. Well, I'm just going to connect it from the dynamo directly to the squeezer, so I guess it won't matter too much to have the relays yet. You mostly need the relays once you have something like a big diesel generator and you need to pass the power around in a much greater area. So let's leave that. Now we have the water wheel. I need my buckets and a source of water. And let's see, let's build this in the portal hub. So let me grab some building blocks. The stone is ugly, but it'll have to do for now. And let's get our power going. And always check to see if they include builder wands, because that makes building up big platforms way easier. There we go, perfect. One big platform. Now we can install our water wheel, which is pretty easy. It does take up a lot of space though, from what I remember. Because you have to go up, I think, like 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think it has to be 4 tall. Maybe just 3 tall. Like so. Break this, put the wand away, grab our water wheel. If you add this here, yeah, there we go. Right on the money. Ooh, that was weird lag. Now we just need to put down the water. Let's make a little infinite water supply right over here. And I probably should grab a bit more building blocks. But it's not going to matter too much right now. I could just have the water flow into a hole. And there we go. Not the prettiest, but it works. And I believe you can generate more power just by adding more water wheels to this one, kind of like in Create. Then we just got to throw in our LV wire connector on the top of this guy. And then connect it. Yeah, so it's generating power. Now we just have to build the mechanical squeezer. So that's everything from Chapter 1 finished, and Chapter 2, a bloody ingot. Now that you have some basic power generation, you can build and power a large industrial squeezer that can press seeds into plant oil and press the blood out of logs from the blessed trees found around the lunar plane. Right-click the correct side. Don't forget to use Schematica if you're unsure how to build the multi-block. It's just annoying, because it takes a lot of steel. But as far as most of the multi-blocks go, it is pretty cheap, as it is an early game multi-block. Well, in the process of trying to get more copper, I accidentally made some bronze. So that's a little annoying. I think there's a different type of smelter you can make that doesn't do alloying, so I think I need to make one of those in the portal hub next. But now that we have our copper, and we have some of these dried bricks, we can go ahead and craft a redstone engineering block. Redstone engineering block. No, that's a... wait. Yeah, this is it. Oh, cool. You get 4 out of it. Nice. So, piston, engineering block, other engineering block. We need 4 wooden barrels. Am I losing my mind? Why? Yeah, 6 of these. Then do this, do that. Wooden barrel. That was weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many do we need? 4. Okay. Then we just need the fluid pipe and the steel pieces, which will take a bunch of iron plates. Not too bad. So that's the fluid pipe done. Now we just need to convert all of our steel into stuff we can't use otherwise. So 3 steel fence and 6 steel scaffolding. Wait a minute. I could just steal the scaffolding from over here. I'm going to do that, because that's cheaper than crafting it. And there's also tons of free terracotta here too, so I could take this. So let me ultimine a bit. Ouch. Oh, there's also orange under here too. Okay, so that should give me enough terracotta to make the other wire components. And we should never have to harvest this, like, ever again. Current transformer. Yeah, there we go. LV wire relays, and I don't have to craft this. Then we could just turn all these steel scaffolding chairs back into scaffolding. It's that easy. And now the last thing we need is a steel fence, and we need how much? 3. 3. Just 3 of these. Hit it with the hammer. Easy enough. Most problems in life can also be solved by hitting them with a hammer. How do you do this? Hmm? 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 Diamond hammer. Gotcha. There we go. One diamond hammer. Take this, do that. Why don't you want to work? Because it's like that. That's why. Now make the steel fence. Deposit my terracotta. And the other junk. Grab my engineer's hammer. And now we can build the squeezer. Oh, and let me go ahead and also craft the copper. What's it called? The relay. Because I don't think it's going to fit otherwise. LV wire connector. Where did I leave them? Right there. Should just need the one. Then we actually still need the cabling, right? Yeah, we need the cable. LV. Wire coil. Copper wire. Which will take some more copper plate. Okay, luckily we have just enough copper, but if there's tin in here, it's going to alloy. Okay, it's not going to alloy. Perfect. Grab the copper plates, and then we just have to cut these. Where's my cutting implement? Right there. Into copper wire, and then take the copper wire, make LV wire coil, go through the portal hub, use Schematica, immersive engineering. We want the squeezer. How do I select this? Done. How do I move this? Or do I have to? I'm not actually sure. Move here, middle click. So the power input, I believe, is like one of these engineering blocks. So if I do right there, let's move it to the side. Why is it moving like that? It's weird. Okay, I think right there is fine. Yep, just like that. So now we just need to grab scaffolding, fencing, engineering block, piston, barrel, this, and pipe. And it's kind of hard to see the bottom, but it is a pipe. So pipe, pipe, scaffolding, engineering, engineering, scaffolding, scaffolding, redstone. Then it's a 2x2 of the barrels. Steel fence, piston. I don't think it matters if it has to face down or not, but I can make it face down anyway. And then I hit one of these. Aren't you working? There we go. Then I think it's one of the barrels you have to click on. No, why aren't you working? Is there a block I'm missing? No, it looks fine. Maybe now that I move the schematic, it'll work? Ah, there we go. Now how do I get rid of this? There we go. I just open and close the save. That usually gets rid of that kind of thing. Okay, so now we can take our wire connector, this guy. We can grab some building block. We'll use the terracotta. It matches. You go up here. Then we need to connect this guy to here. So we're going to put terracotta like so. Like this. Actually, let's put it one over, and I'll show you why. Because now I can put the relay on the side here. Grab our cable. Connect the cable. There. Put that here. And now we can power the industrial squeezer. Now, if you remember from the quest book, we're going to grab our Blessed Blood resin log. And we're going to put it into the squeezer to squeeze out the blood. And we get coagulated blood, poison, and health boost. Is that what we're supposed to do? I think it is. Let me actually consult the book. Drop blood coating. Right click. You can press seeds into plant oil, press the blood out of the blood logs. Okay. Drop 4 pig iron ingots into blood to create 4 sanguine metal ingots. Drop a pig iron block in blood to make sanguine metal block. You could also use some of the power to set up a metal press. I do want to make a metal press, that'd be nice. The metal press will simplify wire production. Each ingot will yield 2 wires instead of 1. It will also simplify plate production since ingots do not have to be resmelted in the smeltery. Pretty good. So I think we'll make 2 metal presses. But how do I get... Oh, I remember. You just have to take this blood, and I think you could just melt it into the... whatchamacallit, into the smeltery. But then how do I get the pigs in there? Pig iron. How do I get pig iron? Okay, here we go. So pig iron is made from molten iron, blood, and clay. So we have the clay, we have the iron, we have the blood, so we can make pig iron. I've never actually made pig iron before. I thought this whole time you just had to like melt the pigs in the smeltery to make it. So let's see, we have copper plate. So we have the iron, we just need a little bit of blood, and a little bit of molten clay. So if we grab some molten clay, regular clay, we're going to molten it in a second. So if we put 1 in there, no, it can't be molten. Then how do I get the blood for the blood god? Oh, you put the coagulated blood back into the squeezer to make the blood, and then I can take the blood out. Okay, that makes more sense. So let me melt 4 of this, because we have a little bit of room. So we take the blood, put it back in the squeezer. It's going to use all the energy. And it makes little bits of blood. If I take like a bucket, I should be able to take it out. Bucket of blood. Now that we have a bucket of blood, I should be able to make the pig iron. But then we'll need more blood to throw it into. But I should be able to get more of those trees pretty easily. Okay, so I should be able to just put it into the tank. No, I cannot. How do I put this in here? Can I do this? No. Then how do I make the pig iron? Oh, okay, so we can craft pig iron through this version, which takes 2 iron and bloody mud, and bloody mud is coagulated blood and clay. Oh, okay, interesting. So it's essentially the same recipe, just redone in a different fashion. How much iron do we have? We have a bit of iron. There's more in there, but I'm going to have to take it out. There's our clay. Let's go get some blood. Now, I'm guessing the blood trees are these bright red ones we see over here. So they are in big abundance, which makes it pretty easy to get. So let's chop down some of these. Just gotta ignore the trolls. Yep, blessed blood resin log. Do they drop saplings? Okay, they do. Nice. Now, in the quest book, it did say they don't regrow, but I think that's just for flavor. I'm pretty sure can only be grown in a garden close when planted on scorched grass. Okay, so we can't replant them yet, but later we can. And these crows are scaring the heck out of me. Why do they sound like that? Are crows the ones that can mimic human speech? Or is that a corvid? I don't remember. Anyways, that should be enough blessed blood logs to get our blood. So now we squeeze the logs for the blood. I wonder, will it go? Yeah, for the coagulated blood. Then we can take the coagulated blood and mix it with the clay. Oh, and then I need the iron kiln, so we'll go back in there. So we're going to mix the blood with the clay to make bloody mud. Then we're going to alloy the bloody mud with our iron in the alloy kiln to make our pig iron. And that needs fuel, because it always does. Then we can put the blood... Okay, there's a little cave down there. Never mind. Let me move this dirt. Now we can put the blood in the hole. Then we can take the pig iron and throw it into the blood. And I think we need more. Yeah, it looks like it doesn't want to do 2. Does it show the... It does. You have to do 4 at a time. Or if you do a block... It uses the same amount of blood, but it's more efficient if you do a block. But I'm all out of blood, so it doesn't matter too much. We'll just do 4 for now. Throw in the pig iron. To make sanguine metal ingots. And we can use this to craft the sacrificial dagger and get into blood magic. Oh, and then you need that to make the high voltage wire connectors. Interesting. So that's most of this chapter done, apart from the metal press mats, and that gets us to blood magic. But first, I do want to make ourselves the, whatchamacallit, metal press, so we can actually do it without having to do this, because I mostly need to move a bunch of stuff, which is really annoying. But let's take a peek at the next chapter. Tapping your veins. By making sacrifices to the old gods, we receive the essence of life. We can use this essence to transform items in the blood altar or store it away for later use in blood orbs. Okay. Blood Magic 101. The blood altar is going to be crafted from sanguine metal, radiator block, smeltery controller, and the blood raven feather. But to do so, we need the sanguinum faith, found by killing a blood raven in the Blessed Plains biome. Oh, so I already got this. So that's what I got. We got it from killing the blood raven. The knowledge is needed to make the blood altar as well as the sacrificial dagger. And then you can make the sanguine scientum with a book, glass, and a blood feather. Do I have this already though? I do, we already got it. So don't have to worry about that. Sacrificial dagger, materials. You'll need slates. And that's everything for chapter 3. And then chapter 4, we're going to go into astral sorcery, which I haven't used too much at all. So that's good to know. So for now, we're just going to have to gather a lot of resources to actually get a good amount of sanguine metal. I need to make the metal presses. I need to figure out if immersive engineering, if I can add another water wheel for the power generation, mostly because the squeezer uses a lot of power by itself. And I need to move everything into the portal hub so we don't have to keep going back and forth every time we're progressing. But, as always, this episode has gone on quite long enough. I'm your host, Hamas28, and I'll see you guys next time.